This is a 2025 Ford F-150 Tremor. And I want to go over two things that I wish we would have seen for 2025. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller's Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. It is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Diego. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers so you guys see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description with the colors. And be sure to pause it for the standard equipment. It is a short listing. And just below is the option. So this does have the 402A equipment group for $11,710. A lot of nice features. So you get that bed utility with the ProAccess tailgate, mobile office, wireless charger. And this one does have the front axle with the torsion diff. Here are all the add-ons. So there's only two of them. You have the twin panel moonroof for $14.95 and then the floor liner tray style. Base price is $64,815, and with destination at $19.95, you have the total price of $80,215. And here are the fuel economy numbers off to the side. Most people know that in 2024 they did refresh the F-150, and that pretty much carried over for 2025 with minor changes. Now on the front grille, you have that honeycomb design with an orange accent. They also give you the white lettering for that Ford badge. You guys can see the camera there. There is active grille shutters. When you get the 402A equipment group, they do give you the more off-road oriented front bumper. You can add an accessory winch on the front end. And you can probably see some of those skid plates down below too with the recovery hooks. So here's my first point. I was really hoping that Ford would have fixed this problem on this truck for 2025. As you guys saw, this truck's expensive, 80 grand. And they gave you the reflective style LED headlights. Now don't get me wrong, I know some people probably won't even notice this, but I feel as though they should have just made the projector style standard, because I believe you could have gotten projector style on the 2023 trucks and earlier. I could be wrong, but nevertheless, at this price point, this is kind of a disappointment. But you do have full LED high and low beam, including the reflective style fog lights. Notice your design here with your front parking sensors, and you can see those recovery hooks a little bit better, and that skid plate down below. Huge covers. Could have helped with splash as well. You can see those active grille shutters a little bit better too. And then off to the side, independent front suspension, double wishbone. Those control arms are going to be finished in steel. You can actually see that skid plate a little bit better right there. Now that steer knuckle is going to be finished in aluminum. Could be forged possibly. They do give you a fabric material for the liner. Now as you guys saw in the window sticker, the front axle is a torsion. If you don't know what that is, it's just torque sensing basically. And then here are the tires. I've never noticed this, but it looks like these tires are studdable too. The General Grabber AT is probably one of my favorite tires in the half-ton segment because they're very comfortable. They have really low road noise, and they actually don't hurt how this truck handles driving down the road. This tire size is a 275/70/18, and here is the capacity. It's going to be 2,756 pounds at 44 psi cold. 6 lug. You have that graphite finish on the wheels. So my second point of what I was hoping to see on this truck was actually a little bit taller tire. It would have been nice to see maybe 34s. This is a 33.2 inch tall tire. I mean, and that's pretty decent, but I feel as though with this price point of the 402A equipment group, I think they should have added maybe a little bit more for 2025 for this package. Just my humble opinion, that's all. Now if you guys see on the hood, they do give you like these Raptor style vents here, and they do add a nice accent. You kind of can feel some heat coming out of there too. It could be the sun too. More vents here, and these are functional too. I can feel the heat, and I like the orange that they add to that too. Painted mirrors. You have cameras, lights, painted door handles, smart key system. And they do give you the high clearance steps as well. I think if I were to get a Tremor, I would get it in white too, like this. It looks really good, especially with the orange accents too. Now if you look just below the truck, they don't give you a ton of skid plates down here. So that transmission is exposed, but they do protect that transfer case right there. And your fuel tank right there. 36-gallon fuel tank. And then here's a quick peek inside of here. I could have made this a point, but I'm not going to. Why an $80,000 off-road truck does not have a liner is beyond me. There is an option to get it, but yeah, it should have come standard. You can see the shock absorber, as I mentioned, those are tuned, or maybe I didn't mention that yet. Those are Tremor tuned off-road shocks. And there's your leaf pack. You have 2 leaves right there, with the bottom one being a helper spring, so 3 in total. Here's that Tremor decal. Full LED taillights back here. You have the black bumpers in the rear, dual exhaust, recovery loops out back, class 4 hitch, and that Pro Access tailgate. Came a part of that 402A equipment group. You have a 7 and 4 pin down below here, and this is going to be assisted. You have a workstation too. Oh, it is power actually, so it's going back up for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. You guys can see your tie downs. You have 2 kilowatts or 2,000 watts of power in the bed right there. Bed lights can be turned on from back here too. A little bit of storage in there. I mean, personally, I don't know what I would use that for, because it can't be locked, or well, there's no lock on there, and it's not that big. But if you want to open it this way, you have this option too. So if you need to pull something out of the bed, this just makes it a little bit easier. And yeah, if you want to see the storage here, there it is. But yeah, this is a nice addition, because if you are hooked up to a trailer, you can still kind of open this up without having to damage this power tailgate that you guys just saw there. Just below, you do have a 373 with a locker, and you guys can see right there, Tremor shock absorbers. They give you the white lettering on the Ford badge back here too, by the way. Isn't this funny? Oh, maybe you don't know. If you decide to get a Tremor, this is a standalone trim package, right? You get the 5-liter Coyote standard. Now, as you guys saw on the window sticker, this EcoBoost is an option. But every time you see these trucks show up to the dealership, it's like no one wants that V8. I don't understand why. Or maybe I do. It's probably because both of the engines do have the same amount of horsepower. But yeah, that EcoBoost has insane torque. It's gonna have 400 horsepower, which is the same as this, or which is the same as a Coyote. It's not in here. And it has 510 pound-feet of torque compared to 410, I believe, in the 5-liter Coyote. Obviously, people like that forced induction better, especially at these higher elevations. I'm anywhere between 4,300 and 4,700 feet, depending on where I'm at in Utah. And you notice a difference with the engines. This engine is also aluminum, and it has port and direct injection. So it's going to perform well. You're going to be able to clean those intake valves, so you're not going to have carbon buildup. So they've fixed a lot of things on this engine. And based off of what one of the techs have told me, the EcoBoost engines are more reliable. So if you're concerned about the forced induction, the turbos going out, those things aren't really happening on a high scale, because if it was, you probably would see more of those 5-liters being delivered to the dealership. Inside the interior, they do have that orange accent on the stitching here, which matches the exterior, and I like that contrast. Now notice down below, I could be wrong here, but having this black accent on the speaker grills looks to be something new for 2025. Now here you guys can see some of the design for the interior, all your controls. You do have power folding outside mirrors, 3 seat memories, and this does have a manually operated steering column. Last I saw, Larry even had a power steering column. This truck's $80,000. Now on the seats, however, you still have those big seat cushions down here. Very wide, a little bit of bowstring on the sides, especially on the top here, perforated. You got that orange accent, says Tremor. Now you do have the tilt headrest because of that 402A equipment group. And you do add leather too, by the way. If I have a chance, maybe I'll put this up against a 401A equipment group so you guys see it side by side. You have a 10-way seat, including the lumbar support. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. At the very top, soft touch dash, more of that orange, and that graphic here. Down below, glove box. And this is an 8-way seat because you can't lift the front of this seat cushion up here or down. They do provide your grab handles on both sides, up front, out back. I like the black speaker grills on the darker interiors, by the way. Love that. Outboard heated seats, 12 volts still being added, which I like that they do that. 2 Type-C USBs, 120 volt power. You can see there's a blue light down here too. You can probably see it on my finger there. You don't have a hump in the center, but this floor is raised up, so you could be affected with comfort if you're long-legged like me. You do have a grab handle to get inside here. 60/40 bench, collapsible storage is still there, and they still give you the same accents on the second row. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Push button starts right here. Now in this screen, they do give you a few gauges. You have off-road pages as well. Measurements, something I like to see on every car. I like to see these things. So you have your engine coolant, transmission temp, engine oil, battery voltage, and that's pretty much it. If you keep going down, you have your off-road pages. So you have a compass. You also have your pitch and roll. Now as far as the top gauges go, let's see if we can change something in there. If we go down again, go to settings. I don't normally show this to you. So you can change your speedometer to kilometers if you like. If you need to tow this, you have a neutral tow. You can set up, you can configure your gauges, you can swap them at the top there. Show selectable gauge, or you can take them away. Sometimes people don't like to see a lot of stuff on the screen here. Can confuse them maybe. First selectable gauge, you can change it to oil, transmission, or turbo boost. I would personally like to see turbo boost up here, and the reason why I'm showing this to you is because if you are driving, let's just say you're driving a turbocharged truck for the first time, that boost gauge is going to help with fuel economy. So seeing that up there is nice, so that way you can kind of learn where to keep the boost at to get the best fuel economy. You guys notice that I did put the temperatures at the very top too. Up here, they took away some of the buttons that were there. You have your parking assistance and your trail control right there, but they added some of your buttons down below. I'm not sure why they did that. It's very interesting. And right here, you have that locker. Your different drive modes can be found using this toggle here. Okay, you have sport, you have eco, tow haul, normal, slippery, off-road. Lastly, you have rock crawl. And then let's just go back to eco mode. That's how I was controlling that too, if you didn't know. 4-wheel drive autos on there, trailer brake. All your comfort features are down below. I love the fact that you still get ventilated seats on this truck too. Now this trim doesn't, well, maybe you could say this goes with the speaker grill, maybe. A little bit of chrome right there. There's your wireless charger with 2 USBs. You have your cup holders. Now you guys saw a workstation on the window sticker. So when you flip this out, this is your workstation. You can also use this as an eating station, because I'm pretty sure most people use it for that. You know, hey, if you can figure out how to put a movie on this screen, and you have young kids and you can't go to the movies, you can have a date night inside your truck. You can watch a movie here and have the food up here. Be kind of cool, right? There is a little bit of storage in here. They give you a USB, actually 2 of them inside this location. This does come out, and people could use this as like a filing cabinet. They do not illuminate this area though. Interesting. I thought they did. On the Super Duties they do. And you can lock this, by the way. Here's more like that gray accent that you saw right there. At the very top, you have your auxiliaries. You have 6, place for your sunglasses. You can also slide the cover here for that twin panel moonroof, and HomeLink, and they give you the black liner for the roof too, which goes well with this interior. Big steering wheel. You can see some of the accent with that orange. I think this is a nice truck. I think that most people, the reason why they buy this is because it does give you a lot for the money, for sure. Let's go ahead and check out the payload. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 3,600 pounds. The rear is 3,800 pounds. And the gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 7,050 pounds. 18 by 7.5 wide wheels. And the axle code is a L6 for a 373 locker. All-in payload is 1,387 pounds. 35 PSI all the way around. You guys saw that max was 44, I believe it was. I hope you guys liked the video. This is a nice pickup. If you don't plan on really towing, I would definitely put this on your list. I think that the Ford F-150 Tremor gives you a lot of nice features, but I would like to see them add the projector style headlights. It adds a better design. I would like to see a liner for the rear. Honestly, that should go without saying on this expensive truck. And hey, it wouldn't hurt to add a little bit bigger tire if they have the room to do so. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section, and be sure to check out Larry H. Miller's inventory. See you guys soon.